Welcome back to Talks with Dorks, our series Tales of Midfel. This is our second episode that we're posting up on our channel, so thank you for joining us. Last we left off, feels like a lifetime ago since we last played.
We just got to Sands in the
All the players had really just sort of been introduced to the town of Rhodes. One of our player rabbits seemingly having lived there most of his life. The other three, Fetch, Raknuk, and Tiberius, all being new to the town. After exploring it and going into its tavern, a dwarven man, the blacksmith of the town, and entered its space in rather a ruckus, declaring that someone knows about his missing son. Who had recently passed away a few days before we take where the campaign takes place. From investigation from the party, they discovered that the grave had been dug up and the body had been taken. After following some tracks that they found, they had discovered that it had been taken to a nearby ruin that was previously used as a burial site. Hadn't been used in over hundreds of years to this point, but the party went in to investigate further. From inspection, it appears that these sort of strange clay pots were to be found in these different chambers that held the buried dead. They investigated further, going further into the ruins, and came across this large chamber which held even more undead. One body at first that Rabbit recognised as being an elderly lady that passed away a couple of winters before, who was a resident of the town of Rhodes. And upon battling some of the undead that resurrected in the chamber to attack the party, one such body was the deceased son, who had obviously recently been stolen. The party battled and managed to incapacitate the dwarven undead, Rabbit's old friend, and have now managed to take the body, hopefully, back to its father. And this is where we left off. Raknuk, one of the party's larger members, been knocked out, stable but still unconscious. Right, what do we wish to do?
We ain't doing too hot. Who's got the strength to carry this behemoth back?
Yeah, what do we want to do, guys?
Well, it's going to be a joint effort, really, isn't it? If we were to take him back, unless somebody can bring him back to a conscious state.
I've got someone else I'm carrying.
Not funny.
What? I'm carrying. I'm gonna carry.
Okay.
We are taking two bodies.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my childhood friend alone in a crypt after being resurrected.
Yes, you do.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this.
Such old school Hollywood lines, including "too old for this shit."
We're so different, you and I.
So what do you guys wish to do? You're in a bit of a pickle.
Idea. Wheelbarrow.
You okay?
We're going to put him in and push him.
Did we find it?
Yeah.
There was a wheelbarrow and a couple of shovels in the corner of one of the rooms that Raknuk found.
See, it's been so long.
So long ago.
I know, it's been, Christmas, New Year's, a busy time, forget these stuff, kind of things.
Look, I'm
Saturday.
not the strong. I'm not the most muscular. I have hollow bones.
So he can fly.
Can you fly or?
I have hollow bones.
I read that.
That's a no.
It's so that they
Stop.
can fly.
Sensitive subject.
Maybe not this one.
So,
I
gentlemen,
may die if I try to lift this man.
I was waiting for the point then. I was like, okay, well, I'll
How big's this wheelbarrow?
Yeah, how big is wheelbarrow?
We've got
You're like,
Standard wheelbarrow size. I mean, it would make the job easier.
Yeah, you're 8'4".
That's true.
You're an 8
Get
foot
a tall
person.
person there.
It's been a while since I checked my height.
Yeah, I'll
I mean, he
At least 2 weeks.
he wouldn't
If you
fit
hang over
exactly.
there, like-
Yeah, but it would certainly help.
Yeah, I will bring the wheelbarrow over to Ragnar's unconscious body and try and lift it into it.
What's your strength, just base wise?
That's 16, to be fair.
Okay, that's
See?
not that bad. Yeah, definitely,
got one
definitely
person.
above
I've got to hold
average.
this massive longsword, that's why.
Yeah, see, that's not too bad. That's
I can
definitely
take the
above
sword
average.
if you need. I don't really have much on me.
I would appreciate if I kept that with myself, but
Okay.
maybe you can look after my friend,
I'm gonna.
You what?
Why don't you
and then I'll take my satchel off. I'm wearing. It's like best way I can describe it is like what like new mums wear, like massive
Yeah,
back
like a
things.
baby.
But, like one of them, but like a bit more rugged and
Like
passionate.
normal readers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically, and put it over you, and I'll whistle for Ray to come down from a hiding spot and just.
And this little creature is like almost like little bat, leathery wings, like flaps down, and in the light from your dagger, you see, as it gets closer, you see these red scales and the small beak with like little teeth from it, and it sort of, and she almost instinctively just goes into the satchel and just like curls up, and is a little baby red dragon.
Oh.
What is that?
So just to give you a bit of background on myself, I'm from a small village outside of Rhodes. In about a week or two back, again past these forests, there was a massive bang and a scream. I was playing with my friends at the time, and they all ran, and I ventured forward, and there was this huge red dragon, kind of literally plummeted into the ground. I wasn't scared, but it was quite a shock because I've never seen a dragon before. Like, you hear them in the tales, as I was told as a kid, and I've never actually seen one. But I went forward to see if I could help, and it was very, very terrified and very scared.
Sorry, what? You saw a dragon?
Yes,
You said weeks ago.
yes.
Is that important?
And they're not
yeah,
extinct.
it is.
It was thought so. And you know this quite commonly, Robert. You actually really enjoy stories about dragons, and Mama has told you that no one has ever seen a live dragon in hundreds of years since the second age of Midfel.
Most of the stories I read were about people slaying them.
Well, exactly that. When I went to help as best I can with this dragon, I could sense that she was very scared, and I went to help, and she lifted up her wing, and there was an egg there, and behind the egg there was this sword that I'm holding today, enlarged into the side of her body. I don't know, that I had this. I don't describe it. This epiphany or connection, actually like a connection to this animal, this creature, and I knew that I had to take care of this egg. And as I tried to remove the sword out of this dragon's stomach, the dragon just disappeared, like just went with the wind. And then I was left with this huge, massive sword, and then this egg, and then again, Ray hatched only days ago. She's taken quite well to me. Probably thinks I'm like some sort of motherly figure to her, but I need to know who killed her mother and try and find out what best to do with her dragon. 'Cause it's not an easy thing to take care of.
That's like a real story.
Well, yes,
Like
well,
one would really tell.
literally. And again, I've fled my village due to them asking me to kill it and cast it away. But something inside me knows that it's not an animal just to be destroyed. It's a loving creature which has, of course, its own instincts, but it needs to be looked after and taken care of and go back to where, again, these extinct animals apparently live. But I need to find someone who knows a bit more about it than me, because I'm just a small lad, you see, with kind of a big problem on my shoulders.
Yeah. Well, I can help you.
I'd appreciate any help I can get. But again, if I could trust you fetch with her, again, she'll be absolutely fine. She's got rations in her pocket, and I'll give you a water pouch so you can give her water when she wants. She'll peck you on the chest once for food, twice for water. And then I'll try and get this over into the wheelbarrow.
Was that the secret you were talking about earlier?
Yes, I feel that because we slayed whatever they were together, it brought me closer that we could be a fine party, especially in my aid that I need from you.
Yeah, well, let's get these bodies back. I don't really want to look at them anymore.
Yes, I agree. And then on that note, I'll try and push Ratnook into the wheelbarrow, lift him in there.
Okay. Based on your strength, it's a struggle because he's such a large figure and quite heavy. But I don't think you need to roll for it. It just takes you a little while just to ease him into it and sort of get him into the wheelbarrow.
Oh, I should
Chuck him on.
give this back. It's the crossbow.
Oh, cool. that you didn't need. I'll take it. All right.
Oh, I needed it. That was like the only good damage I did back then.
Okay, I'll hold that back up as well.
So are you taking the bodies, including Ragnarok, and heading back the way you came? I'm assuming.
Ragnarok in the wheelbarrow, and I'm carrying Elrith.
Just
back.
is there? Sorry, I'm still settling on a voice to use for this whole thing. I'm kind of new to actually speaking to people. Would you prefer something else?
I'm quite acquainted with the voice. I don't see a problem.
It's a voice. I don't know.
Do you like the voice? Do you?
I don't know. It might change at some point.
Well, if it
you're
does,
all right
we'll.
with that,
Yeah.
we're
Are you
good.
sure?
Yes, absolutely fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not annoying.
This
Not
is
at all.
this is a new experience for
You
me.
won't beat me if I. Okay.
What?
No, I won't beat you. No.
Okay.
That's,
Thank you.
that's not what.
No
normal
worries. It's
people
my pleasure.
do. What?
On that note, I'll stop there.
Is there not more we need to explore of this place?
There was the other archway, but it's up to you guys if you want to head back the way you
Surely there's
came,
someone
or-
here doing something naughty.
You're probably right, but I'm terrified that our biggest boy is in this wheelbarrow.
Maybe we should go back to the village as well for reinforcements. I don't know if we can handle this. I mean, I'm not very good.
Honestly, we leveled up.
It's the first session, John.
Damn it! Second session. Second session. Second session.
Ruined the immersion now.
Sorry, guys. In case you didn't already notice, we just recorded straight after the last one.
We're so good at this.
We really are. Okay, yeah, so it's up to you guys whether you want to head back the way you came or whether you want to explore further. Up to you.
Obviously, I want to explore, but I'd rather have 4 men on rather than 2.5.
If we go back,
2.5 men.
maybe we can even.
Less than half,
If we
according
leave
to
this,
math.
Make camp outside.
Is there really a point? I feel like it's safer to just go back to the village.
Didn't we have a watch?
In real life? No, I can't afford that. Are you crazy? Can't afford shoes.
Okay.
So you're heading back
So we'll head back.
Okay.
the actual town itself to back to Rhodes.
How far was it?
About an hour and a half travel, close to 2 hours travel.
I have a wheelbarrow. We could just slide down the wheelbarrow.
On the way back, because I've got the shovel with me as well, when we reach the grave of, I keep forgetting his name, Elrith, I want to bury him again.
Okay. So it's a peaceful travel as you guys head through. Out the way you came, through the chambers of the ruins. And it is deathly quiet. you head back the way you came with the wheelbarrow, with Ragnarok, and with Elrith.
Is it dark or is it quite light?
With it's still dark in the natural ruins itself, and then lit up with the dagger. You make your way out, and I would say it's afternoon, mid afternoon sort of time of a exit.
When we go back through sort of the smaller room, can I mage hand down one of those pots?
Can you do what, sorry?
Can I mage hand down
mage
one of
hand?
those pots?
I still have one of those pots.
What, in the larger chamber? Because in the smaller chamber there was only the one that Rabbit already acquired, and there was the broken one.
Okay, I guess I'll get one where.
But the ones were on the floor that were empty in the larger chamber. If you wanted to grab one of those.
I'll have one that's available.
Yep. So quickly grab another one. So you guys have got 2 of the pots. If you guys want to make note of that in your inventory as well, you have 2 of the clay pots, or at least.
Yeah.
DM will mention if it wasn't important, so metagame.
Should have, Josh. Okay, so you head on out, and as I say, it's better. Well, I say mid-afternoon, probably more close to late afternoon, considering the travel it took to get there.
Is there on our travels? Is there anybody visible, or is it just us guys on this travel?
Make me a perception check as you make your way back.
That's a 1. I walk into a wall. So.
You mind you're struggling carrying Ragnarok at this point, and it is quite difficult to push heavy loads on a wheelbarrow with only has one wheel and is quite overloaded anyway. So you're kind of more concentrating on that as opposed to keeping an eye on your surroundings at the moment. You're more relying that on everyone else currently. But you guys make your way down the hill away from the ruins and make your way through the northern forest, heading southward back towards Rhodes. You make your way past, travelling once again for about an hour, close to an hour and a half, because your travel's a bit slowed with the body and the Ragnarok in the wheelbarrow.
Quick question: does up to the ruins count as part of the city or not?
It's part of the surrounding area. I wouldn't say it's part of the city.
Because we can go double speed anywhere in the city.
Yeah, in actual Rhodes itself, yes, you're fine. But I wouldn't say this is part of the city. No, this is definitely outside of Rhodes. Yeah, anything beyond, anything within Rhodes walls, you're fine.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
In Rhodes.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere I can send a package, like a post office?
I would know, DM.
Mm-hmm. There is in most large towns and cities there is a sort of national postal service. There is a small post office in Rhodes, not in the actual market square, but off the streets.
Can you show me to that room back?
I can show you now as I pull out a map of the city.
Where's the map?
And as he pulls out the map, you can see that the market square and the fountain, that's sort of the main centre of the town, it seems to be like the landmark of it. And he points out just from down one of the main streets away from the market square, he points out where the little post office is close by the market square.
Catacombs, roads, post office.
And finally, on the way back, I will allow Ray to have a bit of a run around and a bit of a play, just by herself, like with any animals.
She goes on your shoulder first of all, a little bit timid, looking around where she is. She flies off, sort of gliding, but then having to land again, resting her wings, and then trying to going through spurts of like sprinting across the ground to flying and gliding.
You know what? Why don't you keep this map? Because I don't really need it. It's only for the city, and I know my way around.
Oh,
Continue. Sorry.
Mm-hmm, that's fine. Well, I can make sure that map is provided for next session. That's fine. Yep. So you guys.
Is it roads with RHO? Is it same as in
RHODES?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Finally, we've stumbled across a people so stupid.
Yeah, so soon on your travels through the northern forest, you soon, after about, like I say, an hour and a half's travel, reach Eldrith's empty grave. So, Rabbit, you said you wanted to bury him.
I'm gonna lower a minaret.
With help from your new allies. With help from your new allies, you lower the body gently into the ground, and from the soil that was already dug up that you can see around, you lay the soil down and rebury Elrith.
I don't know when I'm gonna see you again, but I think I'm gonna do what we wanted to do. And I hope you understand that I might not be around. And I turn around and I leave.
So, Rabbit leaves from the grave, and I suppose that you all follow after, heading towards Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travelling for an extra half an hour, 45 minutes, I would say, before coming back to the city's walls. The guards, obviously noticing, recognising you.
Ray's back in by now, by the way. Ray's back with Fetch by now, by the way.
Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so after stretching your wings and getting your legs back, soon before you coming up to the walls, you command her to go back into the satchel with Fetch and head back into the city. Okay, so what would you guys like to do first of all now that you're back in Rhodes?
Post office.
Well, I'm not carrying this boy around in a wheelbarrow all the time.
Just put him to bed. We can have
Let's
a-
get him to bed first.
Is there a medic?
There is actually, yes, there is. There is a herbalist.
We'll go to the herbalist first and sort this boy out, and then we'll
Right.
go to the post office.
Well, if you guys are doing that, I think I need to go home for a bit first. I'll meet you people later if you still want to head back out.
Yeah.
Think of a plan.
Should we meet at the post office, or are you going to meet us back later?
We'll meet at the post office. I think
Okay.
that's a good idea.
So, Robert, you deter off from the group. You point out on the map for Fetch where the herbalist is, where the medical man is, and you go off heading towards the post office. The rest of you head towards with Ragnarok. Not Ragnarok. Ragnarok, sorry. Not Ragnarok. With Ragnarok. Ragnarok's body in the wheelbarrow and following through. So it's you head into the shop that's pointed out to you, and you can easily see on the sign that it is a medicinal shop. You head in, and almost instantly saying, another one of these, I suppose. It's just a human man, brownish, sort of sandy brown hair, standing behind the desk. Right, get him on the table.
Can you help?
Yes, I can help. Get him on the table.
I'm on Lego. Oof.
All right, okay. What was the cause of unconsciousness, out of curiosity?
Zombie? Oh, I'm American for. How to say zombie in a British accent? Zombie.
Zombie.
There we go.
Standard.
Just zombie.
Zombies. You've come across the undead.
Oh. I know it's quite hard to believe, but yes, we have.
You have disturbed the peace.
Just echoing the silence. You can't rest right now. Enemies around.
He just blinks for a second, then just goes over and works and grabs a little bottle and puts it to Ragnarok's lips and just pours some of the liquid in. Your friend should be fine. Give him a minute or two. This undead, you say, whereabouts were they?
In some kind of catacombs up past the Northern Forest.
You went into the ancient burial site.
We weren't aware that it was an ancient burial site.
I did kind of make a fuss about it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a fuss when you were desecrating corpses.
Again, I don't know.
Alive and killed him.
I don't have all the facts, but we were asked to go and see this grave, and as a boy died a few days ago.
Elrith, the blacksmith's boy.
Yes.
Who touched my son?
What? Not good.
So I realised who took that. Could you imagine?
It's like,
Okay, am I to understand that there was something wrong with the grave that you had to intervene. What would you mind explaining further? Would you mind elaborating a bit more for me, please?
Again, is this between us? I don't want to, of course, make any more problems. Does it make calls or?
It really depends on what you say next.
Well, so as I was saying, this little boy, of course, died a couple of days ago. His father came into
Stop criminal stuff.
I can't remember the tavern's name. Tom was the tavern called. Sorry, was it the
Crossing Path.
Crossing Paths? I came to the Crossing Paths earlier in a rage that his son's grave was desecrated and his body was no longer there. We were asked to go and venture forward and see what the problem was. Again, went to the grave, found tracks. Again, foot tracks, and also like a wheelbarrow. That's what brought you here today. That led towards the burial grounds. Upon further inspection, they actually had been gone into quite recently, and all the torches had been recently replaced. We went further down to try and find any kind of evidence or clue of what happened to this young boy's body, and a few of the bodies started to come alive. There was no woman, and a couple others that had just sprung out of nowhere. And then one of the last ones to rise was this little boy. And again, we've unfortunately dealt with the matter there, reburied him, and hopefully he will rest in peace now. But unfortunately, one of our comrades fell in the battle.
So what you're suggesting is that you reckon before yourselves, someone else was desecrating the ancient burial site?
Well, yes, it seems to be recently opened and kind of restored in inventory in terms of torches. Someone has been in there recently. Again, we didn't see anything in terms of who or anything along that line. Just that someone's unfortunately using it for dark purposes, I believe.
Right. Okay. Raknuk, you start to regain consciousness at this point, and you gain 8 hit points.
That's nearly all.
He's been lying for a while. Does he get a short rest?
No.
That's more than I have.
And are you all intending to report this to the local authorities?
Well,
I mean, my only local authority is my mother.
well, yes, whatever really is. Well, whatever you recommend. I'm not too sure of.
Well, the guard's tower isn't, and the guard's keep isn't far from the market square itself. It's easy to find. It overlooms the place most of the time. From what you described, if I'm honest, disturbs me. Undead haven't been seen in Midfel for hundreds of years and have been outlawed for hundreds of years as well. The practice of the undead is an abomination in most people's opinion, including mine. And if this is so by near roads, then that is a concern. So if I was yourselves, I would report it to the local authority immediately.
Oh, what's happened? Where are we?
Hello, good sir. Your ally, who has, quite frankly, probably saved you from becoming completely brain dead, has brought you here, and he's explained to me your predicament and how you came to be lying on my table. Quite frankly, I'm surprised a big fella like yourself was the one who was knocked out and not anyone else.
Well,
Child power. Can't kill children in video games. That's why
I
I'm
took
still
down
alive.
at least 2.
Well, that is rather impressive. So, I'm a man who believes in good acts, and I trust that you three will do such. If not, I will have to report it myself.
No, it's something that again, I have no problem in doing myself. Just that I know who would deal with this more than.
Okay. Well, if there's any other matters, or if any of you need any further help, then please do come to me. I can help in many ways. My medicines, even though that one was quite slow, I do have rather fast-acting health potions, I suppose you could say, and medicinal herbs and that sort of thing, which can help. So if if I can take your word for it, I could maybe... I could have maybe some sort of discount in the future, should I know that you guys have done such a good deed.
I would, yes, we'll take any help we can. What way for my friend's health, yeah?
Well, you know, what I would suggest from now on is probably plenty of water and some rest for him. The potion should take care of the rest. There's nothing further we can do. All it is, like I say, good night's rest and some water for him. However, if you are going to be adventurous, as you seem to be pursuing, then, as I say, adventuring is a dangerous job, so help is always needed.
What do I owe you for health potions?
We'll say for this, I'll offer you quite a large discount, as long as I can take your word that as soon as possible you will head to the Guard's Keep. We'll keep it at only 1 gold piece.
I'll just flick him. Flick it to the...
1 gold piece, thank you. And then I get another one out. 1 gold piece.
Not needed, friend. No, thank you.
Peace.
It's called a bribe.
1. I don't need another.
Potions.
You would like another potion?
Oh.
For me to sell another potion, it would be a lot more than just 1 more gold piece.
Oh.
But like I say, if I know for certain and you guys have gone to the Guards Keep and reported this, then I'm more than happy to offer you a discount in good favour to bringing this to the eye of the law, to make sure that they can handle with it correctly.
Okay.
And then I'm more than happy to offer you discounts. I'm more than happy to help those who help my home, to help my town.
We will cover it as we can, yes.
Thank you very much. Now you best be on your way. I'm sure you've got other matters to attend to.
Yes, we have. We'll leave and head towards the...
So if we just bought 1 health potion or 1 health potion?
He's used it. He's used it already. Yeah, it was only 1 health potion. It was used on Ragnar.
do you head to the post office or we'll go to the guards now?
Are we outside of the herbalist?
You exited, yeah?
I don't think we should report it.
Okay, any particular reason or...
No.
So no reason to report that there's problems in the catacomb?
I don't think it's something that the guards will deal with particularly well.
Okay, well... Again, it's not my first rodeo, so... we'll have to sit together on this, so if you think that's the best way, then I'll go with your word. Okay, so we'll head to the post office then.
Okay, if that's what you wish to do. So you all head out, following the map that was given and following the directions of the post office that was given to you by Rabbit. Rabbit, you've already headed off away from the group. Did you want to do anything in particular?
I was going to go back to the orphanage.
Orphanage, okay. Yep, so...
Story.
so you make your way...
This is weird, this is backstory in progress.
Yeah. Rather quickly through the town and make your way to the large building, which is the Orphanage of Rhodes. You make your way in. It's always very busy in the orphanage, always a lot of mouths to feed, and currently it is supper time. So everyone is sort of gathering around the large table that sits in the living room and chowing down on some sort of broth from the looks of it. And Mama is there with a large pan dishing out broth to everyone who's not had some yet in their bowls. What do you wish to do?
Mama.
Yes. Mama.
Yes, little rabbit.
I did a thing today. I don't know how to describe it. I'll tell you the story. And I just rattle off what happened in panic.
10 hours later.
Panty breath.
You did Right. Okay, that's a lot to process. And she sort of she's done with like feeding the kid, and she goes into a separate room and sort of sits down and leads you there. Why didn't you come back into the town before you went into the catacombs?
Everyone was just starting to go already. I didn't want to be left behind.
Okay.
It was Elrith. I didn't want to leave him alone if he was somewhere.
That's better, I suppose. You really should have come and told me. I could have helped.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Come here. And she gives you a big hug. I'm just glad that you're safe, okay? Just always remember, there's always help, okay? Never try doing anything like that by yourself. No matter how strong or big you are, you always need help, okay?
Yeah.
And you say that you made some allies on the way.
Yeah, these 3 people, they helped me while we were in the catacombs.
People. 1 people. 2 animals.
2 of us are furries.
Person kind.
Only
Kin. Person kin.
Could I meet them? I'd quite like to thank them.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet up with them by the post office. I was gonna say I wouldn't be able to help for supper because I'll be off again.
Okay, well if they need a place to rest their heads, a free place to stay as opposed to in the tavern, then they're more than welcome here if you want to let them know. And I can feed them as well. There should be plenty left over for you all.
Thanks, Mama. I think I'm gonna go now. I don't think this is over with.
Okay. Stay safe, Rabbit, okay?
I will.
Alright. Yeah, so you leave the orphanage and head over to the post office. You're waiting for a couple of minutes before the rest of your allies arrive. You're standing outside the doors. What do you wish to do?
Barge directly into the post office.
Barge?
Yeah, I want to
Doors open.
Oh, I really don't
proudly
think
bust
that's
in.
accept. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I've got my sleeve up, by the way.
Do I know the person at the post office?
Vaguely. He's kind of friends with Belwyn, so you see him occasionally. And it's this turtle who's sort of like running the shop with got this large stock behind it, and there's it's behind him are these large like little shells. You can see all these like little letters and packages sticking out. Hello, how can I help you, boys?
I grab the part and I put it on the desk.
I'm really
And then I
sorry
grab my
about
notebook
him.
and I write out where I want to send it.
All right, a keen one, I see you.
Okay. Oh! And I show him where I want to send it. I suppose you know where I want to send it. Even though
That was total DM talk.
He suddenly just de-ages like a million years and goes.
It's like Split.
he pulls the glasses up to his. Okay, well.
He does the.
I can certainly arrange that to be. I'll have that sent straight away. All right. Anything else that you lovely gentlemen wish to send?
No, I think that's it. We're really sorry for the. He's already leaving.
Oh well, he's certainly a fellow who doesn't what's the word? Take his time about things, does he?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, same to you, little fella. Bye. So you all leave the post office and head on out. Do you want to go anywhere else in particular?
So, what did you get up to? What happened with the herbalist?
I got better.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Potions.
Oh, cool.
Health potions. Just keep spamming. No, I was thinking more Pokemon Center doing that. Shit!
When you keep pressing S, you keep pressing A so much you accidentally heal
Heal
again.
twice. Welcome back. Shit!
After I heal, I start spamming B, so I don't do that.
I didn't know you guys could afford that kind of stuff.
Well, he was kind of...
He gave us a discount.
Yeah, a discount.
So what's the plan now? Are we gonna talk to the guards?
Well... Our friend Fetch over here doesn't think it'd be a good idea. So I think we'll leave it be.
It's not that I don't trust guards, it's that I don't trust guards.
don't know. Mama said.
Mama always told me.
Mama say.
Mama said. Mama said. Mama said we should. There's always people willing to help. I don't know. I should take that option. But I don't know. I'm new to this.
Oh. Well, is it a party vote, or are we not bothering? I don't mind either way, but
You guys are the experts. I'll leave it to you.
I'm also curious to what else going on in there.
we could go back ourselves, I suppose. There's no issue with that.
I mean, I don't think it'll sit right with me if we left it unfinished. Just wondering if we needed the help.
Have you got any friends that could help? Anybody that isn't guard material?
Not anymore.
Well, the tavern at least promised me payment anyway.
Yes, I suppose we go back to the town and find the father and let them know that we've buried him well.
By the way, it is getting close to night. By the way, guys.
Is it really right? We've not really done anything. Nothing's been solved.
Well, yes and no, I suppose.
Go back and then ask for payment. Go back to the catacombs and explore some more and then ask for payment.
If we find the people that did it, we can... Would you be happy taking them to the guards?
Yes.
Right.
I don't think we should tell Mr. Marthin that his son was resurrected. I think he's been through enough. I don't think he needs to know that.
Well, he needs to know something about whatever's bringing them back to life.
I'll tell him we put him back. He doesn't need to know that he came back.
Well, I suppose we rest until morning and head back out. Check the catacombs again ourselves, and then...
If we're okay with waiting that long, yeah.
That's what the doctor said to me. Said I needed rest and water.
Alright, do you guys have somewhere to stay?
Well, I'm quite...
I imagine the tavern has rooms.
Yes, I can quite easily get a free room most days. Just something about my face, and this sword gets me everywhere.
Are you guys okay with being in the tavern? Mama's offered you a bed if you guys want it.
Just
What's
one
a
bed.
Bed?
I don't know how many beds there are left. It's quite packed.
Well, I don't see why not to see the...
Snuffed off
Well,
and I
this-
get to
this
sleep in a
gentleman.
natural bed.
What?
Look, okay.
Don't get your
I want
hopes
to make a
up.
nest joke
You've
now,
seen
mind.
it.
Got a couple of twigs if you want to make a nest.
Pack in.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so I'll be quite nice to see your lovely mother then. That's why not? Bam, chicka, bam, bam. Nice.
No fun activate.
Okay, so you take
Okay,
them
I'll
to the orphanage?
bring them back.
Right, okay.
The what?
The orphanage. So that's like an awful gang, that wasn't it? No, the orphanage.
Hope you
That's what I mean.
enjoy
We don't know that
slop.
either.
A really shit 90s alternative rock band.
Hey, we're the orphanage. We're gonna rock your world. One fan like, woo! Just the one guy.
Got a really blown out mic.
Okay, so Rabbit, you lead your newfound allies to the orphanage. And it's outside of the market square of Rhodes, just through some of the streets and roads outside of the main busy area. And is this like really large building? Looks like it used to be almost like a manor house kind of place, but now you can see that it does read Rhodes Orphanage above the door.
Before we go in, sorry.
Go on.
Before we go in, I know it didn't seem connected before, so I didn't decide to bring it up, but at the tavern I heard people talking about the Mage's Tower and it being used for unnatural things.
Whereabouts is this Mage's Tower in comparison to the catacombs?
The Mage's Tower. Well, you guys have actually noticed it, And you thought at first it was the guard's tower, but then when you actually went to the courtyard, it's actually in Rhodes. It's actually in Rhodes, the city. At first you thought it was the guard's tower, but then you noticed the actual tower in the courtyard. But it's this large, like white marble structure that is massive, and it just towers over all of Rhodes. You've seen the mage a couple of times. He only really appears once a year or once every few years or so. You know that he's
It's a resupply.
Mages in season.
you know that he is elvish. You know that he's elvish, and he's very famous. You've only seen it once, but he's actually very famous for his firework displays. But that's the only time he really comes out.
Have we walked past it then on our kind of walk around the courtyard?
Say again, sorry.
Have we walked past it, or have we just seen it?
Not walk past it. Yeah, it's away from the hustle and bustle of the courtyard.
Has Ray felt any different? Have I noticed any difference when I've been walking around with Ray?
No.
Okay.
So what do you? Yeah. So Rabbit. What? Yeah.
So I suppose that means we might have a lead for kind of what's happening.
Potentially, it might be worth looking at. I've only met him once, but he seemed alright. He put on a show.
Oh, did he?
It was fireworks.
Oh, fireworks. Okay. Well, I suppose we can try and talk to him tomorrow. See if there's any.
Yeah.
Again, information we can get out of him.
I don't know how to get a hold of him, but we can try. And certainly there's someone who knows.
Okay, we'll try it tomorrow. So, are we stopping off here, or do you just go inside, or?
Well, you can go inside. I mean, I need to, but you guys said you wanted to.
Oh yeah, but I was my car. I didn't know you lived in an orphanage.
At least
Oh! Sound about fuck. Sorry.
So where are you guys heading in?
Yeah. What's that? I didn't know that you lived in an orphanage, so I was kind of questioning if we were just stopping or.
All right. No, this is it. This is where I live.
Oh, so your mother isn't? Is your mother your mother, or is she?
I'm not biological, no.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
We almost have a D&D character that still has their parents there.
Damn it!
This close.
Never. I still need a little bit of cliche in my characters. I'm not that imaginative. God.
So, you guys, Rabbit leads the way, but he opens up the large door, and you guys step through. You can see that Mama's through the hallway down the corridor into the kitchen, and she seems to be washing up after dinner. And you guys look to the left through this archway, and you can see this large living room type space. And you can see this large group of children, also very young, just running around, playing and playing different kind of games with each other. It's a very busy, very alive place. Yeah, Rabbit takes you through, leads you through the corridor.
I'm sure you two will get along great with the rest of the kids around here. I don't think they've seen anyone like you two before.
Bad that.
She turns around after hearing you guys enter. Rabbit, is that you?
Yeah, I brought them back.
She turns around and you see that it's this rather tall half-orc lady with an amputee leg.
Leg.
Every session there's one moment that just gets me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's got a peg leg, Charlie. Yeah, and she's fairly elderly, but still tall and strong looking. And as I say, half orc, so fairly short tusks in comparison to other orcs, but she looks at Rabbit with a smile and welcomes him in with a hug and looks at the rest of you. So I hear that you other boys helped my little rabbit here down in those scary catacombs.
Yes. Sorry, I meant to lots of jumping. Yes, it was quite a sporadic thing. There was no intention for it, but young Rabbit here wanted help and we kind of stepped in.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough. I can't think what would happen if my little boy here would have gone looking by himself, even if he had got good intentions. It's often those with good intentions that get harmed. So I'm glad that you were all there to help him. Sorry to hear that. I believe Raknuk, is it? My son has mentioned. I'm sorry to hear that you were hurt. So I'm glad to see that you seemingly better. And when I heard of you guys scrap down there, then I just think, where folk can help, I think they should. So if you guys need something to eat and a bed to sleep in, not just one bed, obviously for all of you, there's enough bed for all of you to sleep comfortably, then please feel free. I won't charge a thing for any of you to stay here. I know that it can get quite expensive staying in a tavern, so I'm more than happy for you to stay here.
Very much appreciate it. Are you sure you want any money? Obviously, it's not to. Are you sure?
Everyone's welcome in Mama's house.
Mama, I appreciate the offer. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Big Mama. Boff.
Real mama.
We can discuss further in the morning, because I am quite concerned about all of this that Rabbit has described to me. But we can discuss this all further in the morning. For now, I'll let you boys get some rest. There's some spare rooms upstairs. I'm sure Rabbit can lead you there. And you two probably best stay away from the youngins. They might start swinging on his horns and start plucking your feathers. So maybe stay away for now, I would say.
It's all your fucking
I thought that was him.
Just make whatever noises I want.
Goddamn jukebox.
If I've heard a song, I can just mimic it.
Oh,
That's why I
the
really like
Texas
the
beatbox.
That's why I really like the idea of playing a Kenku bard. I'm just naming him Duke.
You don't even need like.
He's basically just a really shitty cover artist. That's what it
Yeah, man.
is.
No facial expressions.
Anyway, here's one more.
So, Rabbit, I'm assuming that you lead them upstairs
Yeah,
straight
sure.
away? Or?
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
once I'm done, I'll help clean up whatever's left.
Thank you, love.
Manor house.
Thank you, my lad. It's always
Would you,
Well, would you care to join me down?
would you mind
like
if
a
I
strong
get
lady.
some water, please?
Of course, lad.
I got a dry throat.
She gets you a cup of water and hands it over to you.
Thank you.
Would you boys like anything to eat before you head to bed? Do you want any supper?
Weird request. If I could have something small for myself, and have you got any spare meat that?
I've got a bit of bread left over, as well as a little. I can make you a small bowl of broth if you want. There's some left over of that. As well.
Again, have you got any?
We don't really have enough money for most meats.
Oh no, that's absolutely fine then.
Yeah, whatever meat we get has to go around. I'm
Absolutely
afraid,
fine.
lad.
I'll take whatever you've got, by all means.
Fine. She serves you up a small bowl of broth as well as a piece of bread and hands it over to you. Any of the rest of you boys want something to eat? Rabbit? Want anything?
I'll just have whatever's left over.
Alright, she hands you a bowl of broth and as well as some bread.
Broth sounds nice. Thank you.
She gives you a larger serving. Alright? Gives you a smaller bowl for yourself.
They got tongues, birds
Go.
have tongues.
Go, you're a fucking Minotaur for Christ's sake. I mean, let's not talk about physics right
I've
now.
never been a bird. Do you even have hands? Do you just have hooves?
They're just cleft hooves.
Just my head.
I'll say I won't eat the bread, but I'll save the bread.
So after you've eaten, Rabbit takes you upstairs and takes you to a smaller room with some spare beds, enough for all four of you, if you so wish. The beds are already laid out and ready. It's getting quite late. All in one room.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Just a big long ass corridor with just beds. It's like a what is it? Is it Madeline? The show? The old show? No, it was a film, wasn't it?
Movie.
What the hell's
A
going on?
movie.
I thought it was a real life
with
event.
the circus.
Is that a French movie?
Yeah, Madeline.
No,
Well, no,
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 it was
she's-
British. It's a British
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
It's a British
Or
actual real
I
life
think-
British or
Is it Madeline?
Madeline.
We've really got
yeah. Let's not do that anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Madeline.
It looks a bit like the hallway of an asylum. There you go.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like in the army, do you know what I mean?
But yeah, so you're all in your a bedroom for all three.
Is
of you.
it
I don't think it was that movie.
is it basically like just a room of beds?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It looks like it used to be like a bedroom, but it's been emptied out of any other furniture and really just beds at this point.
I'll let Ray just have a bit of a sniff around and then probably try and teach some tricks or something. I don't know.
Looks around, unsure of this space, and there's no like trees, no grass. A bit closed in. She's not really a fan of closed spaces, but she looks around it, sniffs around. She cowers back into you and just sort of like cuddling up to you, just looking up at you.
I'll sort of give her a bit of my bread then, and I'll let her.
When once enough she's eaten the bread, she starts snuggling into you, and so I'm assuming you guys
I
are.
don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. It might be a completely different movie with a completely different name.
So
I might have just pulled Madeline out my
They're
ass.
orphans as well.
Yeah, I know, but there's like a million
sheets
films
They
called
live in
it.
turrets.
like a pile and sleep on top of that pile.
For God's sake.
So as opposed to sleeping under the covers, Fetch decides to, as you say, crumple it into a pile and sleep on top.
Again, just in question of appearance-wise, are you just wearing a robe and then you've got you?
It's like a black robe.
I'm thinking like Raven from like Teen Titans, yeah, just with like a beak coming out of it.
Sort of in a way, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
But the Japanese,
Copyright.
Fire.
but the Japanese intro.
So are you all resting, or are you doing anything before you?
I think I'm gonna rest.
That's fine. Okay, and with that, we will continue our next session with the next morning. Thank you all for joining us once again. That was our second episode of Tales of Midfel. We're Talks with Dorks. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash that like button. Spank it. Spank that white button, baby. Spank that like button.
Reveal at 5,000 subs.
Yeah, Benmore will reveal his titties.
A singular titty. Each 5,000.
Also, we're doing a hot gold slot starting.
Randomizer those.
We'll should be posting the next episode soon. Shut up.
You have to do it now.
No, it won't be the day after this is published, because we want to make sure we're spacing it out. Because unfortunately, our friend Benmore over here playing Rabbit will be away in France for a good few months, so we're trying to space it out. That way, you guys have got some content until he comes back. So,
Only 3 sessions.
but we'll see you next time. Wish you guys well, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Maybe have a good day. Maybe not. If you're an asshole, you don't deserve it.